alligator. This morning we got an early start because we were trying to get to the Cane River Creole National Historic Site in Louisiana. They have old cotton plantations that you can tour, old houses from that era where there was a slave cabin and a plantation owner's house. So you get to tour both of those and kind of learn about the history of cotton in this area of Louisiana. So we got kind of a late start, so hopefully we can get there by the time the tour. You can tour it yourself. It's just they have tour times where they'll actually take you through and talk about it, which I think is more educational, of course.
I'd rather do that.
So we're trying to kind of hurry our schedule this morning and get there. We'll see if we make it. Original outbuildings where generations of people worked and lived, including barns, houses, kitchens, storehouses, sheds, cabins, and different types of machinery. Come and walk in their footsteps. We're here at the Cane River Creole National Historical Site. It is, I think they said, the only intact plantation in this area west of the Mississippi. Okay, so we're in Louisiana and it's really cool. It's beautiful here. It's rainy and cold, but not like Colorado. I would not want to be here in the summer probably. But it's beautiful here, and we're learning a little bit of history of the slaves that worked the plantations, and then after that how they were kind of conscripted sharecroppers with plantation money that they could shop at the plantation store. So it's just kind of a cool history lesson of this part of the country, and the terrain is beautiful, and plantations were just their own little cities, which is kind of interesting and sad in its own way, but this is a really fun little stop along our way. Tonight we're going to go to a nature center in Lafayette, Louisiana, and stay the night in the parking lot. And tomorrow we'll go see what the nature center has to hold. Hopefully it'll be really cool because they have people who dress in period pieces. I don't know what period, I didn't remember what year it said, but show you how people lived in the bayou a long time ago. The museum is a harvest host, and on their harvest host website it says you can fish if you have a valid Louisiana fishing license, but it says be careful of the alligators. They seem quiet and docile, but they're quick moving when provoked, and I thought the alligators are going to make me nervous, but I guess that's the area of the country we're in now. People like say, oh, there's bears. How could you live in the mountains of Colorado? There's bears. And now we're in a part of the country where I'm like, why would you live here? There's alligators everywhere. I haven't seen one yet, but I'm assuming they're everywhere. We are at the Bayou Vermilion Historical Village. It's Vermilionville, and it's really cool. Every time I hear a little noise over in the bushes, I think it's an alligator, so pooping me out. It's really rainy today here in Louisiana, but that's okay. I hear it's rainy here a lot this time of year. But it's been beautiful. This is so fun to see. The old village is like late 1700s village, and there's all these people here that tell us about the different cultures that came here, and it's fascinating. People who lived along this bayou, and so fun. So it's been a cold, rainy day, but the education we're getting from doing stuff like this is a part of a country I know nothing about, and it's not something I could have taught in school. So this is a really neat way for the kids to learn, and it's kind of hands-on and super fascinating, I think. Of course, I probably care more about the history than the kids do, but anyway.
The thing I liked about the cultural center was that it had just a million iron tools, all these old tools, woodworking stuff.
GPS signal lost.
It had all these old woodworking tools, all these farm implements, these different types of drills, including that same press that I saw at the antique store, except it was here as a museum exhibit.
Yeah.
Really, really neat. And then there was a working blacksmith shop. As far as everybody in period costume and stuff, so cool. And then every group that came in, every other group spoke English or French, so the guy would just say bonjour, and if they answered in French, he would just start in French, and he did this whole thing in French. Anyway, it was awesome.
So we're down here in the south, and I thought let's try gumbo. Gumbo is a local specialty that's a bunch of vegetables chopped up in a roux, which is, you know, a French word for gravy. And the problem is they always put either shrimp or pork in it, apparently. And I just thought chicken gumbo, when it says chicken gumbo, I just assumed that meant they use chicken instead of, no, in addition to.
It's chicken and pork gumbo.
Right. So, the other thing that we can't eat here, probably, so gumbo, jambalaya, I guess, is jambalaya. See, that's the thing. When I looked at the definition of jambalaya, it was gumbo with sausage in it. So I guess I assumed chicken gumbo meant that there wasn't sausage. But anyway, very confusing. We'll see. I keep looking online for like vegetarian gumbo restaurant, like a vegetarian southern restaurant, but I don't know what we'll come across. We'll see. Probably nothing. Probably have to try to get a recipe and make it myself in the trailer or something while we're down here so that we can have it.
This is the place. This is the place for me. Look at all these black planes. Don't touch anything. All these planes. Look at these. Hey, you have one of those, don't you?
Yep.
Very similar. Look at this. Beautiful, beautiful.
What you got there is a horizontal chair.
That's the top of a mallet.